hydroponics, kind of like indoor planter, or maybe even outdoor, depends on if you have power going to it. Let me just kind of like go over some of the specs here on the box. You know, it's got smart touch, it's large capacity water storage, so you can put water inside this thing. Protective circuit board, it's got time memory, it's got an automatic irrigation system, so you choose when to water your plants, when the sun needs to come on, when the sun needs to go off. And here's kind of like the basic sizing and all that on it. It looks like it's made out of ABS. So enough about that. Let's just go ahead and open this thing up. It's looking at the package here, nicely packaged. Has a little handle built in right there. So as soon as you open it up, it looks like you get a little set of instructions. We will go over that here in a minute. Actually, let me just take it out of the box here. You know, like I said, very nicely packaged the way they did that. Throw that aside, throw that aside. Okay, now right here, I take it, is our sunshine. Check that out. So these are the lights. They kind of just look like LED lights to me. And it looks like you have little fans. Maybe the fans are just for circulating air. Okay, so the way I understand how this thing works, everything you need is contained inside this unit. I really like how they package this. They actually have individual, so seeds are not included. Happy gardening. Check that out. These are the seed pods, so I do know that. That must be the caps once you put the seed pods in. That, I don't know what those are, but each one of these, I'm gonna have to actually open each one of these and go over them, because I went and just purchased some seeds, so I do have a little bit of seeds. Oh, I know what that is. That way you can write what you got planted in there. This, I think, is a type of fertilizer. Oh, look at that. It's on the back of this. This is called the fertilizer refill package there. And it looks like they're all labeled. You see that? I seen A and B on that. Goes to the power. So let me go ahead, take all this out of the package, go over it, and then I'll come back and we'll see what we got here. So let's do that now. Okay, everybody, I just unpacked it all. I've got it all out, and I went ahead and put the light panel on. So this is called the light board, and you can see the instructions are really good here. They've diagrammed everything, they've labeled it, and then looking over it here, you see how the light board is right here. Then you have this extended pod pole. I guess they're calling it the extended pod, which is this thing right here. It all just kind of snaps together. So this snaps onto there, that snaps down into there, and this goes in here like that. And then on the back, you can see, turning around, you're going to plug in this cord right here, and then you're going to plug in your power adapter cord right there. Very, very simple. But then I get to here, you're going to let your seeds soak for 6 hours. See, it said the seeds should be soaked for 6 hours. So what I decided to do is get some little sandwich bags, and I have like peppers, and I put them, so I labeled them in here. Then it says 5 minutes before the seeds are put into the planting block, which this is the planting block right here. So 5 minutes before, I'm going to stick this in like a cup and let it set for 5 minutes. Then what I'm going to do, you see these things right here? These are like the little planting block holders. You'll put it down in there like that. The seed will be inside there. You want the seed to go down about like that. They give you a little set of tweezers to actually work with, and you see how I got them all set out. By the way, there's 17 of them, so be prepared to have at least 17 vegetables, and I'm doing all vegetables, but you can do either flowers or vegetables, and I chose to do vegetables. So let me go ahead and show you what else you need to do. So once you get that, so you see how you put the seedling down inside there, add fresh water into tank, water level 7 liters. Keep the water level gently touching the bottom and do not have excess. So you'll fill up right here inside there. And then what I'm going to do, you see these little caps? These little caps are going to just drop down right over top of it like that. So each one will have its own little cap. I'm going to get it set up and get it ready for the seedlings once those things set for 6 hours. Then it's all it is putting that in there. Then we'll go over on like how I'm going to set it up on the power, how to set up the vegetables and all that. And these things are basically, they look like they're just cap holes. So let's say I don't want to have that many vegetables. Check it out. You would fill that up, and it would be, that way you wouldn't have just a complete hole there. It'd fill up, but I'm going to put all 17 in here. Then you got some plant food over there, and then you can adjust it. You can adjust the light up and down like that. And then these things are little labelers. How about that? So I'll be able to label each one. So that'll be peppers, and then I'll label over here and go from there. Okay, everybody, I've just set it all up here. Let me show you kind of what I've got going on so far. So each one is labeled: habanero, sweet peppers, hot peppers, basil, oregano, and sage. So you see how I have it set up, and they're ready to germinate. These have been soaking for 6 hours. If you look in there, you can see how they've softened up, and they've got these little kind of like funny little hairs on them. Almost look like little tadpoles going on in there. So I have all the seed pods here. I'm going to remove these pods, put them all in here, and let them soak for 5 minutes, and then I'm going to put them back, and then I'm going to drop the seeds in using the little tweezers, and then I'm going to put them all back in there, and then it's just plugging it in, and we're good to go. So let me go ahead and do that now. These soak for 5 minutes. You see how they do? They kind of look like Jello once you put them in there. And what I've got here, I've got one of these little, I think that's a qualing or something. This is a cool little zipper bag. I think I found a perfect use for like all these caps. So I'm putting all the excess stuff in here. Your fertilizer, because I won't need the fertilizer till they start like sprouting out. And then you see how kind of have a good little bag for them all. I'll put the rest of the stuff in there. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take out each one of these, and I'm going to use the tweezers and drop a seed. So let's go ahead and let's start packing some seeds. There's the sage seed. Check it out, everybody. Boop. Just drops right down inside there. Now I'm just guessing that went all the way down. It did not come out the other side, so I don't see it in there. So there's one sage is going to go right down in there. And now I'm going to do the rest of them. Okay, everybody, I just went ahead and put seeds in each one of these. And then I have these little caps labeled. So you see the oregano caps here. We've got 2 oregano right there. The sweet peppers are right here. And the serrano peppers are back here. So now what I'm going to do is take this inside, set it up, add water to it, and then I should be just starting it, and then we're good to go. So let's do that now. Here I am. I'm in the house now. This is where I'm going to be setting it up. This thing looks awesome. I just plugged it in. I turned it on. There's a few settings here. There's the fan setting, the vegetable. Let me put it on. See, when you're on fruits, flowers and fruits, and that's vegetables. So the vegetables is what I'm going to leave it on. And then there's a sleep recorder there. There's a timer, a little bit of timer there. But the first thing I'm going to do, you can already see the moisture building up under these little caps. And then it says all the way down is the seedling stage. And we'll be like 1 or 2 days, and then we'll start taking these off. But right now, open that up. I have some water here, and I'm just going to dump some water inside there. Oops. Well, I just spilt some water. Okay, one thing I forgot to do. So you need to run this wire back here, and then it plugs in right here. I just noticed that the pump wasn't coming on. Make sure that you run this wire from inside. There's even a little cutout right here to plug it in. You hear the pump going? So now I'll add more water to it. When you do spill it, apparently there's holes in the top, so they'll just fall down inside the holes. You'll be fine. See, I'm hearing it now. That noise is where it's draining down inside these holes. It will drain down in there. That's pretty much it, everybody. This was super simple to set up. I highly recommend this kit for anybody that wants to, if you're a beginner like this guy, like I am, you know, if you're a beginner and you're wanting to do some hydroponics, do some indoor gardening, this is one of the coolest things ever. And it just looks cool when someone walks in. They're going to see like oregano, sage, basil, peppers all growing. I think that's going to be really cool. So yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got on the Growell hydroponic system. Check it out. See you all in the next video.